Biaheza is a YouTuber who loves learning new skills and experimenting with all kinds of projects, from making money online and flipping cars for profit to teaching others how to do the same. About a month ago, he decided to take on something completely new, building a micro-car camper from scratch despite having no prior experience, and then taking it out to camp in a remote forest. The first video was great. It mainly focused on building the camper and making it functional and comfortable. But in the second video, things took a serious turn. After finishing the build, he finally took it out camping. And that's when everything became genuinely terrifying.
Because this chair sits so low to the ground, it gives me plenty of headroom. And the sitting position, it almost feels like you're in a hammock. It's genuinely comfortable. This thing is a throne fit for kings. Plus, it also folds up, which is pretty great. Now, I've purchased some other vital gear that will help get me through the harsh Sierra Nevada winter, but I'll have to show that to you once we're in the mountains. Just kidding. A couple more modifications, like this luxurious, state-of-the-art paper towel holder, and I also attached some mounting points that connect to the ones that are already built into the car, just so the shelf doesn't move around when I'm driving, and then a couple bungee cords to hold the items inside the shelves.
After finishing the camper, it was time to find a place to test it out. His plan was to drive somewhere cold and snowy to see if the car could actually handle the conditions it was built for.
That is just unreal. I brought along some window covers, so let's get those up. I even got one for the moonroof in case the ops are in creative mode. The only windows I won't be fully covering are these front ones, and that's because I'm going to keep them slightly open. But I do have this mesh that I'll be putting over them, which will still offer some privacy, and it'll keep the bugs out. Car's been off for about 20-30 minutes and it is getting pretty cold. So for my heating solution, I've purchased this Korean butane powered heating device that a lot of people on the internet recommended. It's actually like fully Korean. There's not a lick of English on here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sussed out with butane burning inside of a car. So I'm going to use it sparingly and only when I'm awake. I brought this gas monitoring device. It should alert me if things get a little toxic in here. Now, to make sure I don't die from a fire, I did install a fire extinguisher in here.
He cooked himself a few meals, ate, and everything was going smoothly. There wasn't a single person in sight, and the atmosphere of the place made him feel like he could truly enjoy that kind of life, something completely different from what he'd been used to. After finishing his food, he got into bed, ready to sleep, turned off the cameras, and assumed he'd wake up in the morning, having successfully completed the challenge. But things changed very quickly into something that, even to this day, he still can't fully explain.
Hey! Hello, who is this? Can I help you? Hey! What can I do for you?
Open the door!
How may I help you?
Open the door!
I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Hey, what are you doing?
It's been like 2 weeks since this happened and my heart rate still goes through the roof anytime I watch this back. What you can't really see in this video is that the car that drives up and starts honking actually first fully blocks in my car. Someone comes out of the car with a flashlight, fully just blinding me, so I can't really see what's going on outside. And if you remember, my windows are cracked open, so I try to speak to him and he's just not responding. It's dead silence. He then suddenly starts banging on the window, yelling at me to open the door. He even goes for the handle of the door. And man, once I heard the aggression in his voice, my heart just fully sank. I realized that this was not a friendly encounter, so I reached around from the back and started up the car. I slide in the driver's seat. He gets even more aggressive, starts banging on all my windows, continues yelling at me to open the door. At this point, it got a lot colder, so the snow underneath the car is more frozen. My wheels are spinning in place, not catching traction. He's still blinding me with his flashlight. He aggressively rips off my mesh bug net, keeps banging the window harder and harder until he fully breaks it in. And I'm showered with shards of glass in my face. And praise the Lord Almighty, right at this point, my wheels catch traction and there's just enough of an angle there where I can squeeze past his car, get around him, and get myself out of there. You can see my left eye rapidly blinking here. It was blurry the entire way home, and after getting it checked out, it appears that some of the glass had scratched through my eyeball. I've been going through treatment for that, and I can now see more clearly, which is pretty great. Now, I have no idea what this guy's intentions could have been. My mind goes to maybe he lived in the area, saw my car, thought I was up to no good, but then why block me in and smash through my window instead of just talking to me?
Now, for a first camping trip, that escalated fast. No one really understands why that man was so aggressive or why he didn't just approach him calmly and talk first. Who reacts like that? Fortunately, Biahiza's eye was left with only a small scratch, but it could have been much worse. He could have lost his vision. All because he spent one night camping on public land in the middle of nowhere. Now let's talk about the authenticity of it. Was it fake? I genuinely don't think so. He has no real reason to stage something like that. His channel consistently pulls in millions of views, so risking his reputation for a single dramatic moment wouldn't make much sense. And honestly, I doubt he'd go as far as injuring his own eye just to sell a story. I've been watching him for a long time, and if you've seen enough of his content, you'll probably understand why I say that. I also see people in my comments saying they've camped for decades and never experienced anything creepy, and that's great, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. Just because something hasn't happened to you doesn't mean it won't. Look at Biahiza. It happened on his very first trip. Experience definitely plays a role. Knowing how to choose a good spot, how to read your surroundings, and how to avoid risky areas can make a huge difference. Sometimes that awareness is what keeps situations from turning into something much worse. Monotone Adventures is a guy who loves riding bikes and fishing in western Pennsylvania and Maryland, and he created a channel to share videos he captures while out on his rides. The video he recorded in this case was unsettling, and he wanted to upload it to raise awareness about situations like this. It was July 2015 when he was riding through a forested area on a scenic road and suddenly spotted something on the side of the road. A woman who appeared to be in distress and in urgent need of help. He initially passed her, but then realized she might be in far more danger than he first thought, so he turned around. And what happened next unfolded from there.
So this girl, I didn't know. She looked like she was not okay. Make sure she is okay. You good? What's going on?
I'm really afraid of my boyfriend. He's kicking things and threatening to burn my bag.
Do you want me to take you somewhere? Alright. Is he driving? Where's the car? Alright, come on. Okay. Where do you live?
I live in Tennessee.
Tennessee. Alright, I'll take you into town.
Yeah, I just need a hotel or something.
Alright, here, put this on.
You have your wallet with you?
No, it's in my bag. My family lives in DC, so they're only 2 hours away. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Here. You put this on, I'll take you into town.
I'm just gonna turn it off.
Here, I'll hold that. Give her your jacket.
Huh?
Give her your jacket. She doesn't recognize it.
Well, we're not going that way.
We will.
Well, put that on.
He's walking on the parking lot.
I know, he was trying to call me to get me to go back, and when I said I was too scared, he was like, I'm just gonna burn your bag.
It's fine. Put that on. Is it big enough? All right, go ahead.
The woman was crying, explaining that she had run away from her boyfriend, who had become violent and was threatening her life. The biker quickly decided he couldn't just leave her there alone in the woods, especially knowing there was an aggressive partner possibly still looking for her. So he gave her his helmet and planned to give her a ride to the nearest town, somewhere she could be safe, or at least find a way to get home.
Put your hand down around my waist. Around my waist.
Sorry.
Have you been on a bike before?
No.
No, okay. I won't say it. Scoot back a tad. Is there foot tags back there? See the foot tags?
Yeah.
Put your feet right on there. Go back more.
They're in England.
DC. That's only about.
No, they're in England.
Oh,
My
oh.
grandparents are in DC.
You want to call them? So we can have them meet us in Emmitsburg or something.
Or the. Well, they can come.
Or
That's us, so we just go to Waynesboro.
Yeah, or Emmitsburg's closer for them. Emmitsburg's around Route 15.
Yeah.
That takes you out from DC.
Well, I mean, I would just wait there less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
Try to call them here.
Do you want to try calling them?
I tried to find out more details about what happened afterward, like whether the bikers stayed in touch with her or if her boyfriend ever found her, but I couldn't find any confirmed updates. What matters most, though, is that the bikers very likely helped save her life. In a situation like that, deep in a forest with someone potentially dangerous looking for her, you never really know how things could have ended, but it's hard to imagine it being anything good. I really hope the creator sees this and maybe shares an update in the comments one day. Guys, this is also a reminder that sometimes stopping and helping can make all the difference. That said, situations like this can also be complicated. There are unfortunately cases where setups or traps do exist, so it's always important to be cautious, but also aware enough to recognize when someone genuinely needs help. Carwis is a horse girl, and she dedicates her page to posting videos of her horse rides in different parts of her town. Her videos are usually very heartwarming. Her relationship with her animals really gives people that feeling of, I want something like that in my life, almost like being a Disney princess. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that she usually stays away from creepy stuff, since it doesn't really fit the kind of content she makes. But in this particular video, everything took a turn when something happened while she was riding her horse. She was taking a break in the woods when, all of a sudden, she heard something that sounded like screaming fairly close to her. When she looked in that direction, there was nothing there. But when she looked at her horse, it was completely fixated on that same spot, almost like it refused to break eye contact. Seeing this, Carwis quickly jumped back on the horse and got out of there. But the horse was acting very strange. Nothing like it had ever acted before.
What was that? Did you hear that? What do you see? Do you see something? All right, we gotta go. Come on. Whoa. Hey, listen to me. It's super slippery. Okay, nice. Good job. Good job. What was that? Did you hear that? Yeah, you heard that too? Do you see it? It sounded like somebody screaming. Okay, let's go.
Her horse kept looking in that direction, and although she didn't see anyone there, she heard screaming again while the horse continued staring. She quickly tried to make her way out of the forest, but when she looked back, her dog, Pero, was nowhere to be seen.
Okay. Where's Pero? Pero? Oh no. Pero! Come here, boy, where'd you go? Oh no. Pero! Oh no.
After shouting for Pero for a while and waiting, he eventually came back, but something felt off. She continued making her way home, but her horse kept acting weird, its ears perked up as if it was listening to something, or as if it felt like they were being followed.
Cadillac's been acting weird and keeping his ears really perked up and forward this whole ride, so I wonder if he's been listening to something that I haven't been able to hear. But there's no telling. We're just trying to get home at this point.
After spending more time riding, the horse began to relax, and they eventually felt like whatever was following them had finally stopped.
Well, whatever it was, I think we got away from it finally. I haven't been hearing any weird noises anymore.
Although the screams cannot be very clearly heard in the video, I'll just say it directly. It was most probably a mountain lion or something similar, to be honest. Why do I say that? Because horses and animals react much more strongly to those kinds of predators than to humans. They sense when a predator is nearby, and given the screaming they heard multiple times, we already know that mountain lions can produce sounds that resemble a woman screaming. Now, if it really was a mountain lion, that's extremely scary. It makes me think it may have followed them for a while, sizing them up and analyzing its prey, until eventually realizing it wasn't worth the risk since it was outnumbered. Look, I really hope it wasn't a person in need of help out there, but it goes to show how important it is to listen to your animal's instincts. Having a dog with you in the forest is one of the most helpful things you can have, and apparently the same goes for a horse too. Do I think they were in immediate danger? Not immediate, but definitely something was out there. Better safe than sorry, right? Just get out of there when you have the chance, because you'll never regret leaving, but you might regret staying if something turns out to be wrong. A group of friends were riding their bikes through the woods, enjoying a beautiful day, when they suddenly came across something that made them think, for a moment, it was all over. A man stood ahead of them with a gun in his hand, signaling for them to stop. Intimidated and scared, they hit the brakes, and this happened next.
Baja. Have you seen it up there? No. Sure.
Yeah, I'm positive. We were at the mine.
It's Robbie.
I haven't seen him.
Thanks, bro.
Oh my god, Jesus. My dad, though.
So, from what I understand, the man stopped the kids to ask if they had seen his car, a silver Subaru Baja that was apparently stolen from him. That might explain why he had a pistol in his hand, probably trying to intimidate whoever had taken it. What likely happened is that he had been camping somewhere in those woods and had a few too many beers, which put him to sleep. When he woke up and realized his car was gone, he went searching for it, still holding a beer for courage. I love how, even if his car was gone, he seemed to prefer it being stolen over someone taking his beer. I mean, everything else is fine, but not the beer, right? To be honest, he seemed like a nice guy who just needed help. But even if that's the case, stopping a group of kids with a gun is definitely not the right way to handle it, and it scared them pretty badly. Luckily, the kids were safe the whole time. That is, unless they were actually the ones who took his car. Paul So Hard is a channel where, well, Paul really does go hard on his motorbike. He rides through hidden tunnels beneath downtown, sneaks into restricted areas, and basically, if the bike fits, he's going in. That sounded weird. Anyway, his content is full of adrenaline, and that constant chase for adventure often leads him to some seriously unusual places. In this particular video, though, what he found was genuinely disturbing. He and his friend were exploring an overgrown area just for fun, trying to see how far they could get, pushing deeper into a place most people would probably avoid altogether.
Oh, my bad. I was just trying to dig my bike a hole so I could come help you. And lay her down, brother! Where are you going with this?
Actually, yeah, bad call. Horrible call.
Drop the bars the other way. I got you. Here we go.
Push it.
Oh, bro, that was actually mean. I'm sorry. I apologize. I saw the opportunity and impulse just kicked in. I'm sure I'll be getting roosted on this ride.
While exploring, they eventually came across a train rail line. They spent a few minutes riding along it and messing around before deciding it was time to head back. But as they turned around, Paul noticed something that instantly changed the entire mood of the day. Look.
Bunga! Oh, no front, no rear brake is scary. Front tire locked up. Oh my god, that's all the brake we have. Good thing she was in gear. Bro, there's a human skull.
No.
Yeah, I think so. No, bro, come down here. No way, that looks like a human skull, guys. This is not what I wanted to find.
Bro, that's how fast I came.
Bro, look at that. Is that not a human skull?
Check her out.
I've been watching the Dahmer doc and like...
On edge.
Bro, that's human.
Oh, that is.
Like that's dead. Those are teeth. Did we call the cops?
I don't know about that one.
Like that is a human skull. Holy crap, that is actually a human head. That is a skull.
I don't think I've ever seen one before.
Bro, that's teeth and everything, like.
That's the murder weapon.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, that's super scary. Should we take a photo at least?
Yeah. Like, I think we gotta go to the authorities on this one.
Action?
I don't know if I want to keep, like, I think we need to call the cops.
Well, call them if you want, but...
You don't want to be a part?
No, I'll sit here all day long.
Let me call my friend who's a cop. So I guess my friend said to call 911. That's not what I was trying to do today. That is wild, guys. We found
cut this part out.
This part?
Yeah.
I'll leave this part in. I feel like this is good. No. Oh, there it goes.
How are they gonna get out here?
Are we gonna put the cops on the back of our thing? Police. I found a human. We're off in the woods. We're riding dirt bikes, and we just found a human skull.
Okay. Do you know where exactly you are? The park that you're at?
They actually ended up calling the cops and went to meet them on the road.
How you doing? Good. Yeah, we found a human skull back there.
Okay.
Through there, you can like gut through the fence and get there. Well, the cops showed up now. We're gonna go follow them. They're gonna talk to the homeowner and see if we can't sneak on by to get to where we want to go. But now I don't really know what's happening, but we're just going and seeing what's happening. So the people are actually gonna open up the gate, which is surprising. I didn't think they were, but to our surprise, they are. So we'll be able to go. Bro, this is getting crazy.
This is like how to get trapped in 101.
For real. But we're the cops, so we're good. Holy crap, we're actually going to find a human head. I wonder if they find the rest of the body. Like, I'm so intrigued. Yeah, I think if we go this way, we can get there too.
After a while, they returned to the spot, and the cops began their investigation.
I didn't see any other body parts.
Oh, I do.
Where?
Something right through there. That's got
Oh.
a piece of bone.
Yeah.
There's the rest of his backbone right there.
Yeah.
It's washed out.
Right through here. Yeah.
Yeah, if you look.
I guess was
All the way up. See right there to your left, and then right there behind that.
Oh, there's another one, yeah.
a shoe. Holy. Oh, there's a bunch in there. Holy cow.
There's another one there. There's one over there. Holy crap.
This was someone jumped off the train. That was my first thought.
Or they got hit by a railroad.
Yeah, or
Now we got sent up to go get some more cops, so this is really getting crazy. I guess more units. Homicide is coming. Like, this ain't no joke out here. They are deep out here. How's it going?
For you though, bud, I don't know where back here in this green belt they'd be shooting.
Yeah, no, I saw bullet holes up there. Yeah, normally we'd in and out of here, but y'all find anything else?
we really haven't been stepping around it. Just keeping it as clean as possible. He was wondering if you could get your phone number.
Yeah. I'm scared. There's bones in that shoe.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it till y'all said something.
How often do y'all get calls for this type of stuff, or?
This is my first in 7 years.
No way.
For remains like this, yeah.
That's crazy.
Usually we find decomps, but
Yeah.
First in 20 years.
No way. Well, thank y'all for y'all's service.
blue and white.
Yeah.
My best guess is he probably fell, cracked, died, and then the floods came through and washed.
Gotcha.
Because it's been picked
Some
clean
point
by
it was.
buzzards, and I mean I'm not surprised with your audience over there.
Oh yeah.
Killing fields when we used to drop deer off in our ranch. 3
Okay.
days they pick them clean.
Wow.
So I would not be surprised about that.
Wow. Awesome. Sweet. Well, y'all have a good evening.
Now, that's extremely sad. According to the cops, they had never seen anything like this before. It wasn't just a skull. The entire body was found deeper in the vegetation. At the end of the video, Paul shared an update about the situation. It seems the person had dementia and was probably wandering in that area, eventually dying from undisclosed causes, likely a fall that caused head trauma. Since the area isn't frequently visited, no one had ever found the body until then. Paul mentioned that discovering the body brought closure to the family, and they were able to bury it properly, so we can safely assume the person's identity was confirmed. It's really sad, especially knowing it was right next to the train rail. It makes you wonder if the train might have played a role in the person's death. Thinking about the family searching everywhere for them without success is heartbreaking. Campion is a guy who loves going camping, but he does it a little differently than most of us. He brings these massive tents that feel more like small cabins than typical camping setups. Still, his content is incredibly relaxing to watch. In this particular video, it was a cloudy day when he once again drove far away from civilization to camp in a remote spot. Everything seemed normal at first, but something happened that truly put his life at risk. He set up the tent and chopped some wood for the small stove he brought to keep himself warm through the night. Rain was in the forecast once darkness fell, so he wanted to get everything ready in time. It had all the makings of a perfect evening. The sound of raindrops hitting the tent, the kind of cozy atmosphere where you could just sit back and read. After unpacking everything, he lit the fire. After getting the fire going, he settled back onto his comfortable sofa and started reading the book he had brought with him. But this is when something happened, something completely unexpected. tent collapsed and he found himself standing out in the rain with an injury that could have been much worse. So what actually happened? After reading for a while, he probably started feeling too warm and got up to move the sofa to a different spot. That small decision may have been the luckiest one he could have made. Moments later, the stove unexpectedly exploded. Why? It seems that he may have accidentally placed a small gas torch in the top compartment of the stove and forgotten about it. As the stove heated up, the torch likely overheated as well, eventually causing the explosion. He was incredibly lucky he had stepped away when he did. If he had still been sitting in the original spot, the burns could have been far more severe, possibly affecting his entire right side. As for the idea that it was done on purpose, that doesn't really make sense. There would have been no way for him to know exactly when the torch would explode. It could have happened at any moment. If he had known it was there, he wouldn't have stayed that close to the stove in the first place. In my opinion, it was simply a mistake, an unfortunate one that led to a fire. Thankfully, he walked away with only a burn on his arm. Still, the situation forced him to pack everything up in the rain and leave immediately. Jessie Carr is a travel content creator who documents her journeys around the world, sharing her lifestyle, local food, and the unique things she encounters in different countries. She's known for being genuinely kind and open, but as you'll see in the video I'm about to feature, those qualities can sometimes put you in uncomfortable situations. In this particular video, she was in Samoa and planned to visit the Afu'au waterfall for a quick swim while filming. However, things quickly started to take a very uncomfortable turn.
So there's little waterfalls over here, like that. And I guess as I keep driving up, the bigger one's gonna be up there. Okay, I don't know if I'm meant to park here. But anywho, this is the spot. And I think it's just me. Ah! Wait, let's go check it out quickly. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's just me too. I'm so excited. It looks unreal. And I guess you can hop down on those stairs and then go in. Alright, it's fine if I leave my car here, I think.
She arrived at the spot, and it was absolutely breathtaking. The best part was that she was completely alone, something that, in most cases, feels ideal, especially in a remote location. However, just as she was getting ready to undress, something happened that immediately made the situation feel off, and honestly, pretty creepy.
I'm gonna hop in now. I took a couple photos, and now I'm ready to have a dip. Are you okay? All good? Jessie. Pardon? I can't remember the name. It's like, I don't remember the name. Sorry. There's a man and he's kind of just like hanging around me. Anyway. Just gotta be careful not to slip.
Even though the man was a bit too close for comfort, she decided to go ahead and get in the water anyway. It was a location she really wanted to experience, and she didn't want to let that moment go to waste because of one person. But as things continued, it became more uncomfortable. He kept staring at her non-stop, and the moment she entered the water, he followed and jumped in as well.
It'd be good to have rock shoes or something.
feel like that man was like waiting for me to hop in so he could hop in or something. I don't know why. Wow. Look at that. It's so beautiful. It's pretty deep here, I think. Shit, it's so deep. I can't even like touch my feet on the ground anymore. That's a bit scary. I'm just gonna float because it's getting tiring. Would you like me to take a photo of you guys? Yeah? Okay. That's okay. So the ladies, pardon? Over there. I'll try. No, all good. The man is telling me that I should go over here. So I'm gonna try actually, because I feel like it would be nice to.
Fortunately, another couple was nearby, which made her feel a bit more at ease. Even so, the man kept trying to engage with her, at one point pointing toward a cave as if encouraging her to go explore it. She moved a bit further away to create some distance, and things seemed under control. But then something unexpected happened. While she was speaking to the camera about the situation, the man suddenly jumped into the water again, seemingly trying to quietly make his way closer to her.
Because I was feeling a little bit uncomfortable. But he was like, do you need some help coming over here? And I was like, no, thank you. Because I just want to be like by myself. With no men around, preferably. Okay, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You scared me. I'm good, thanks. Pardon? Cold, yeah. I'm 25. Pardon? Sorry? A hole. Oh, it's like a cave. Is it a cave? Yeah? Okay. I'm okay. You go. I'll follow you.
The man appeared out of nowhere, startling her, and continued insisting on showing her the cave. Jessie, driven by her kindness, decided to give him the benefit of the doubt and let him guide her around, even though she felt very uncomfortable. As he led her through the area, there were moments where it almost seemed like he had genuine intentions, and she briefly let her guard down. However, that changed quickly. When he offered to help her climb a rock, he began to touch her inappropriately. At that point, she had enough. She immediately decided she just wanted to get back to her car and leave the area. Unfortunately, the situation didn't end there. The man continued to follow her all the way back to her car.
Up that way? Well, can I go this way? If he follows me, like, I'll just head off, but I do want to give him a little bit of money for taking the photos with me because that was nice of him to do. Pardon? I'm not too sure. You live here? Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, beautiful place to live. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'll give you a little bit of money to say thank you for your photos. There you go. Thank you. Yeah.
He even tried inviting her to his house to meet him and his friend. Yeah, that's just weird. The whole interaction felt off from the start, and it became clear that his intentions were far worse than he initially showed. It's a good thing she managed to make her way back to her car by keeping the conversation going and staying composed. But the situation itself was extremely uncomfortable. Sometimes kindness can put you in situations like this because some people misread politeness as interest. In moments like these, it's often better to be firm and clearly say no to avoid any ambiguity. At the same time, having other people around likely gave her some added sense of safety. Still, the way he tried to touch her and continued following her were obvious red flags. Thankfully, nothing happened to her in the end, but it definitely gave her a serious scare. In central Greece, within the municipality of Paranesti, lies a remote and untouched woodland, widely referred to as the Fractose Virgin Forest. In early June 2025, on a Monday afternoon, two climbers set out on a bold excursion. Their goal was to navigate through the thick forest in search of the wreckage of a military aircraft that had crashed there 77 years before. At one point, Christos Stavrianidis, age 61, was walking a short distance ahead of his companion. Near the edge of a cliff, he stepped forward to take in the view of the valley and capture some footage using his body camera. His friend followed behind on a nearby parallel trail. Everything appeared normal until Christos noticed unusual movement in the bushes that drew his attention. The second climber attempted to approach but did not see anything. Then, suddenly, just a few meters away, a large, dark figure emerged from the vegetation, a massive brown bear. Intrigued by the unexpected encounter, Christos tried to interact with the animal, unaware that this dangerous moment would ultimately lead to a tragic outcome.
Έλα κοντά μου. Πού είσαι, εδώ κοντά μου έλα. Κοντά μου έλα, λέω. Κοντά μου. Ρίξε. Ρίξε, Δημήτρη. Ρίξε σπρέι.
The footage shows a bear described as a large adult male moving quickly toward the second climber, who was accompanied by his dog. Defensive barking can be heard as the man manages to gain only a few seconds to use the pepper spray he was carrying. Meanwhile, Christos, on the other side, was affected by the spray's odor and began to react just before being fatally attacked by the bear. Immediately after being exposed to the pepper spray, the bear turned and ran toward Christos, who was standing at the edge of the cliff. The attack caused a fall of more than 800 meters. The friend, in a panic, instinctively climbed a tree to protect himself. Holding his mobile phone, he called emergency services, fully aware that the area was extremely difficult to access. Hours later, a large-scale rescue operation was organized. Firefighters, rescue teams, and even a helicopter were deployed in an attempt to reach the location. The forest was so dense that rescuers had to proceed on foot, making their way through trees and rocky terrain. When they finally located the body, Christos was motionless. The fall had been fatal, and he did not survive. Images of his final moments quickly gained attention and made headlines in several countries. Despite their experience, experts stated that the climbers did not react in the most appropriate way and that the bear's behavior was likely defensive, typical of situations in which the animal feels threatened or cornered. Today, Greece is home to between 400 and 500 brown bears, mostly concentrated in mountainous regions, and occasional encounters with humans have become more frequent. Environmental authorities emphasize that in areas where these animals are present, it is essential to follow safety measures, avoid approaching them, maintain a safe distance, refrain from provoking contact, and carry emergency equipment. Kenny is a guy that lives in Minnesota and consistently posts videos about the outdoors, exploring the wilderness in his camper van and having one of the greatest times while filming. His videos are genuine and helpful, which makes watching them really relaxing, but on his channel there are also moments where things didn't go as planned. Even if it's rare, it happens. In this particular video, something occurred that made him feel a bit uneasy. He took his camper and drove into the forest for a peaceful camping trip with his dog.
You gotta stay, okay? I first found this spot probably 10 years ago, and that summer there was a car up here for a couple of months straight. I think it probably broke down or they were just squatting up here. We're not too far out of town, so sometimes the people that come out here, they're not out here to camp, they're looking for a place to stay. I found a couple of different trash sites in this woods. It doesn't look like there's going to be anybody here. Oh, there's some trash.
They found a camping spot and set up there, building a fire and cooking something. Everything felt perfect. Just a simple, peaceful time in the woods with his dog. Nothing seemed like it could ruin the moment. Or at least that's what it looked like at first. After chilling for a while, he decided to go for a hike. But this is where things started to feel a bit strange.
Come on, Toby. I figured we could check out the lake across the road. What is it? What, Toby? Come on. I got no clue what he sees, but something up the road has got his attention. What's going on, Toby? He always sticks by my side. I have no idea what he sees up there, but maybe we won't go that way. We'll go back. Come on, Toby. Yeah, he don't like it over there. Okay, we're not going that way. I have no clue what's got him freaked out. I'm not going to go over there with the bike either. Not after that. No, he wants to go right back to the camper. That was weird. Want to get up in your chair? Come on. Weird. I've never had him act like that before. You go down? There you go. You'll have to let me know down in the comments. What do you think is over there? I've smelled bear before. I know it sounds weird, but you can smell bear when they're in the area. I have no idea why he freaked out like that. Weird.
Toby suddenly stopped, hesitating to go any further. And usually when a dog acts like that and refuses to keep walking, it's something worth paying attention to. Dogs can pick up on things long before we do. There was a good chance that something was ahead, maybe a bear, maybe another animal, and Kenny understood exactly what Toby was reacting to. So instead of pushing forward, they turned back toward the camper. To be extra sure, he even launched a drone to get a better view of the area. But with how dense the trees were, visibility was limited, and if there was any animal around, the sound of the drone likely scared it off anyway. This situation really shows how important it can be to listen to your dog's instincts. Nothing ended up happening to Kenny, but if he had kept walking and ended up face to face with a bear, the outcome could have been very different. I've shared a similar video before, and many of you told your own stories about moments where your dogs warned or even protected you. Feel free to share those here as well. I'm sure people would appreciate reading them. Stephanie is a girl who doesn't really do social media for fame. She just posts from time to time, sharing her holidays, her lifestyle, and moments from her life. But this video was one of the most uncomfortable ones I've seen, mainly because of how unpredictable it was. She was in Gatlinburg enjoying a ride on an alpine coaster, just having a good time, when all of a sudden she noticed something right in front of her. And the worst part was, she couldn't do anything to stop it. She said she had no control over the speed of the cart and couldn't stop it either. It was like she was just being carried straight into that situation with no way out. So she made the decision to stay completely silent, trying not to startle the bears. And honestly, that's terrifying. Slowly moving towards something that could easily kill you, knowing there's a real chance it could go wrong at any second. That's not something anyone would want to experience. Fortunately, the bears didn't react and eventually went back into the woods. But still, that's the kind of moment that stays with you. I just hope they have some kind of safety measures in place for situations like that, because yeah, something like bear spray wouldn't sound like a bad idea at all. On May 6, 2014, two men were out jogging on the Machitowin trails in Fort McMurray, Alberta, and everything seemed perfectly normal. That was until something came out of the woods that made their hearts race far more than any workout ever could. One of the joggers pulled out his phone and started recording, and things quickly turned intense.
No, we're no good. No good.
Pausing workout.
No way, man. We're not good. We can't do this. You have to let us go today. For the buffalo. You have to let us go. We got nothing for you. We have nothing. We'd give it if we had it.
Hey, back. Stay. That's it. That's as far as you're going. Stop. Stop. Right now. Stop.
We can't. We can't.
Get together. Get us together. We'll look bigger together.
We can't, man. We can't.
Just stay together. Stay together.
We can't.
Stay together. Right, stay together large. Let's back away from them. Let them go go by.
Yeah.
I'll smash him in the head
Yeah.
with this rock. Hey!
Go on. Go on your way.
Come on. Good.
It'll be your part from now on, okay?
Okay, great.
Yeah?
Look around for a rock. Wait a second. If he hits, I gotta hit him in the head. Back!
The bear got dangerously close and, for some reason, didn't attack. The men didn't have any bear spray or any way to protect themselves, so their only option was to get as far away from the bear as possible. Unfortunately, it stayed close, forcing the joggers to avoid making any sudden moves.
Stay together. As long as we look like that. Good. Two rocks up. Let us go. Let us go. Don't be looking like that. It's not nice. Holy shit. Hey. Attaboy, big guy. Beautiful. Attaboy. Attaboy.
Now the bear got distracted by a tree and eventually left the joggers alone. Seeing that they had a fairly safe distance to run, they decided to restart that jog session and sprinted straight to the car, where they finally got inside and away from any possible danger.
Pausing workout.
Take that rock and put it in your garden.
They were absolutely terrified, and just by looking at their faces, you can tell they genuinely thought that might have been the day everything ended. Fortunately, they're still alive, but they definitely learned a lesson. Next time they decide to jog on wooded trails, they'll need to bring bear spray to avoid situations like this. And honestly, that bear was more than big enough to do some serious damage. This creator had the idea to start an ASMR channel and thought it would be a good plan to walk a forest trail while recording, capturing only the natural sounds of the woods. Everything was calm at first, exactly what he expected. But then, something happened that completely freaked him out. He came for peaceful forest sounds, not the one that left him terrified. Take a look. He says he's an avid trail walker and that he's never heard a sound like that while hiking in Michigan. His reaction feels completely real. He hears it, stops to check if something is coming toward him, and then sprints in the opposite direction as fast as he can. He was genuinely terrified. The video reached a lot of people, and many had no idea what the sound could have been, although a small number pointed out that it might have been a blue heron. Now, I don't know if that's what it actually was, but if it really was a heron, why did he run? Bad joke, sorry. One day, a group of people were pulled over on the side of a road somewhere in Russia. From what it seems, they had a flat tire and were waiting for help to arrive. While they were there, they noticed a strange light coming from the forest nearby, so naturally they started recording. But soon, they realized what that light actually was. And let me tell you, dealing with a flat tire was nothing compared to what was about to happen. Take a look. The fireball was later explained online as a rare phenomenon known as ball lightning, also called centella globular. It's an unusual atmospheric electrical event that appears as a floating, glowing sphere of energy, usually during or after thunderstorms. It's so rare that many people don't even believe it exists, mainly because there aren't many clear videos of it out there. But this clip feels different. It looks very natural, even when it makes contact with the car. Oh yeah, it actually hit the car and set it on fire. Just imagine being in that guy's place. First, your day is already ruined because of a flat tire, and then out of nowhere, your car catches fire because of a floating ball of electricity. Honestly, at that point, it might be easier to tell the insurance company a dragon attacked you. Doug is a guy some of you might know from the channel Fear Fanatics, which is similar to mine. He posts compilations of creepy encounters, so if you like my content, you might want to check him out too. He also uses his channel to feature some of his own camping adventures. But in this particular video, something happened to him that could easily fit into one of his compilations. He was camping solo, walking down a trail in search of a good spot. It was raining a little, so he was probably the only person out there at the time. He was actually live streaming, and nothing unusual happened during the stream, but after he ended it, he noticed a light in the distance.
Okay, there's the light, guys. I'm gonna turn my light off. Do you see that light? Now, I don't know if that's, I'm so glad it's back on. I don't know if that's a street light. If that's a street light, I'm gonna feel like a fool. But I swear to God, it was off not too long ago, and now it's back on. And I don't really know what I should do. I feel like it's moving, but it could be the leaves on the trees just like swaying and like making it appear to be moving if it's a street light. But I'm gonna keep, and it looks like it's getting brighter, bro. This is freaking me out because I'm in the middle of the woods, dude. I'm gonna have to go down there though because this is the way to the first sight, and I swear it's moving, bro. I'm thinking there could be somebody camping down here.
After a while, the light disappeared, so even if it had been a person, it didn't seem to be a threat. After hiking a bit longer, he eventually found a nice spot to set up camp.
All right, guys. So this is like, it's a big clearing, and the trail is like right behind me. It goes both directions, this way and this way. So if you're allowed to camp off the trail, like I told you before, as long as you don't make a fire. So what I'm going to do is, I like this spot because it's up on top of this like hilly area, and nobody, well, I don't think anybody would come up this way, even if they saw the tent, which I don't think they would see. It's pretty far down. So I'm going to put my tent right here, get that going, and then I'm very tired, like I said before. It's still raining. I can't wait to get this tent up and get inside and just like lay down and get this backpack off. So
he got to work, setting up his tent, getting inside, and watching some videos on his phone. But after a while, something happened that felt really strange.
So you were the ones who busted.
I thought I heard footsteps. I'm gonna turn my light off. I do. I hear footsteps. There's somebody outside my tent, guys. I can see a light. There's somebody over there with a flashlight. They walked right by my tent, and now they're on down the trail. Oh my goodness, bro. My heart is beating so fast right now, but All I can hear is rain now. But I did see somebody on the trail with a flashlight, and I swear it came from this way and walked right down the trail. And then when I stuck my camera outside, I could see him walking. He was continuing to walk down there, but he did stop here, and he shined the light on my tent.
Someone was outside with a flashlight, but since he was really close to the trail, he assumed it was probably just a hiker passing by. He decided to stay put for a while since it didn't seem impossible or suspicious. But as he stayed in the tent, he started hearing footsteps again, and that's when he peeked his head out once more.
SSD on it, and it died when I stuck my head out. Thank God this phone is working, because this is my only communication with the outside. If I needed to call somebody, at least this phone hopefully will be working. Oh, I do see somebody outside. Okay. See, this is not right, dude. Like, if he is just gonna keep sneaking around here.
If you got here, comment the word crown.
You guys saw that. I'm not staying here. If he wouldn't even answer me, and he came back and like was just standing there, and then he took off running. I'm getting my shit. I'm getting the fuck out. Excuse me. I'm getting my stuff, and I'm getting the heck out of here.
The person was there again, but this time when they saw Doug, they slowly backed away, as if they didn't want to be noticed. It became clear that Doug was being watched by a stranger. He stepped out of the tent to check, but the person ran off. That was enough for Doug to realize he wasn't really safe, so he packed up and left the woods. Definitely the smartest move. As for who that person was or what they wanted, it's hard to say. Was it a stream sniper watching his live and trying to scare him? A confused hiker who didn't realize the tent was there? Or a random stranger stalking him? We may never know, but one thing is certain. Doug did the right thing. Packing up and leaving was absolutely the best choice he could have made. Now, if you got here, that means you like what you're seeing, right? So how about hitting that subscribe and like buttons, and if you truly enjoy it, you might as well hype the video and click the bell icon to be notified when I post. Also, take a look at this awesome merch. Maybe you'll like something. Darren's Northern Life is a channel mostly dedicated to fishing. His videos are extremely educational and very well made, but in this particular one, he nearly recorded his own death. It was December 2018, the final day of Manitoba's deer season, and he decided to hunt at a spot he had visited a few times before. However, this time it seemed like some people were hunting there illegally, without any permission to be on the land.
Well, I just took a walk up to the corner here just to see if there's anything in the field yet. I'll be going back down over here where I stand. But I get here, and wouldn't you know it, there's another person sitting right there in a truck with his cargo light on. I can guarantee you he doesn't have permission in this piece here. Otherwise he'd be sitting in one of those bail blinds that they have. And he's clearly not hunting this piece. For one, I could almost guarantee he doesn't have permission, and two, where he's sitting, he wouldn't even be able to shoot through this tree line here. It's too thick. So, yeah, just another trespasser, poacher, flipping road hunters.
He couldn't let the trespassers ruin his last chance to hunt, so he left without thinking too much about them. Time passed and he returned to his hunting position. It was about 6 p.m., the final moments of legal hunting time, and that's when everything took a scary turn.
Oh my goodness, that bullet just came over my head. Sounded like a hit though. You freaking idiot. Oh. Man, I wish there were some bigger trees here. This guy's gonna freaking kill me. He's shooting right towards me. Oh my goodness. Okay, at least there's some trees between us now. Idiot. Well, that's exciting.
Now, Darren had almost been shot twice. It was unclear whether the shooters didn't know he was there or if they did and fired anyway. Darren decided to confront them, believing that the people who had shot at him were the same ones from the car he had seen parked there earlier. When he approached, the car was empty, so he started taking pictures of the license plate. It wasn't long before the guys returned and asked him what he was doing.
Not much, self?
Not much. Taking pictures of the license plate. Is something wrong? Everything all right?
Somebody shot at me. I got on videos. Literally, a bullet came flipping right over my head.
Two shots earlier, right?
Yeah.
Like around
Shot
4
at you.
o'clock?
Yeah.
Where
Somebody
were you?
walking down the edge of Huggins Field here.
Yeah, there was a guy walking on the end of the trail here.
So I was on the far side. Somebody walked down this side here. And freaking bullet. I seen a deer came out and I seen the guy walking. And sure enough, boom. You can, it's probably on video too. You can hear the bullet just.
Well, no shit. Well, it wasn't us. We're over there.
No, the first shot wasn't hit because it half a mile later it was still way up in the air. It sounded like a hit. I know it sure sounded like it.
It did ever.
Yeah.
Now, although the guys denied shooting at him, you could almost hear it in their voices that they knew exactly what had happened. They tried to play it off like they had no idea, but one of them, in particular, hung back from the conversation and looked guilty. It's good that no bullets hit Darren, but you can't deny how terrifying it must have been to hear them whizzing by. The sound of a bullet cutting through the air is chilling, knowing that if one had hit your head, you wouldn't even hear it coming. Everything would go black, and you'd never know what happened. It's safe to say that in the forest, humans are often far scarier than wildlife. I mean, Darren was wearing bright orange. He wasn't exactly hard to see. He's convinced that one of them did shoot at him, but he couldn't prove it. Carson Bender is a 19-year-old hunter from Wisconsin who managed to capture something that could have gone a whole lot worse. He was set up on private land near Nakusa, running what seemed like a perfect turkey hunt. Decoys placed out in a hayfield, birds gobbling from multiple directions, and several already moving his way. Everything was going exactly how it should, and then things started to get weird. Not wanting to turn around and risk spooking the turkeys, Bender lifted his phone and switched on the camera to check what was behind him. That's when he noticed something watching him. A bobcat. Later estimated to weigh around 25 pounds, the animal was slowly creeping closer, clearly focused on what it thought might be an easy target. For nearly a minute, it stayed there watching him, trying to figure out exactly what it was dealing with. Then, it made its move. The cat suddenly lunged, grabbed Bender's arm, and just as quickly he managed to shake it off. The bobcat immediately bolted back into the woods. Wildlife experts say that while predators like bobcats might be curious about turkey calls, actual contact like this is extremely rare. Most of the time, they realize something's off and back away. Not this time. He made it out safe, but you can imagine what was going through his mind. First, did I really just survive that? And second, wow, I must be really good at calling turkeys. Hoodoo Outdoors is a creator who posts camping videos, and from the content he shared, you can clearly tell how much he enjoys it. His videos are usually calm and relaxing, but after only 2 uploads on his channel, the next one would be very different, one where he genuinely felt in danger. In this particular video, he took his wife with him during the winter to build a bushcraft shelter and spend the night in it. What happened later that night, though, took a very strange turn.
My wife and I went out to build a bushcraft shelter and camp in it. Here's my wife, Soraya. Okay, so there was a big fire that came through here not too long ago. There's all these dead trees. You can see the scarring on the side. So we got plenty of firewood. We're gonna spend the next while gathering as many trees as we possibly can.
They gathered a bunch of wood and got to work, building the shelter step by step. After getting a fire going and settling in, night slowly began to fall, and it was time to prepare something to eat.
-1 degrees.
With the pizza cooking over the fire, that's when everything strange began to unfold.
Give it a couple more minutes. It was about this time that we heard the first yell. We heard 2 guys way off in the distance yelling. I thought they might have been at my car. We were only a couple 100 yards away from it, and it came from that direction. I walked over to my car, but no one was there. But I did see the lights of a truck off in the distance, and it was parked and it was running with only the cab lights on. I didn't film this part because I didn't think much of it, and it wasn't a very big deal.
At first, he didn't think much of it, but he still decided to walk down and check on his car. Everything looked fine. Later, as he and his wife sat by the fire, they began hearing faint voices drifting through the darkness. Every now and then, he'd spot a truck sitting out in the field with its lights off. That's when the uneasiness really started to creep in. The truck had been there for nearly half an hour. No campfire, no visible activity. And this wasn't some busy campground. It was January, -12 degrees Fahrenheit, and getting out there wasn't easy. You had to drive a slick canyon road just to reach the open area, then take ATV trails another half mile to where their car was parked. It wasn't the kind of place you just stumble upon by accident. About every 15 minutes, he walked down to check if they had left. Technically, they weren't doing anything wrong, but something about it felt off. The longer they stayed, the stranger it became. Then things escalated. As they sat by the fire, headlights suddenly appeared, moving slowly toward their camp. The truck rolled in and then shut its lights off, creeping closer to where their car was parked. At first, you could explain it away. Maybe they thought the couple needed help. Maybe they were just curious. But when the truck reached their car, the driver suddenly flipped the brights on, then cut them off again and again.
The guy right there that parked his truck, he keeps shining his brights at us. And he has not left us alone ever since we got here. It's like almost 9 o'clock at night.
That's when the situation really changed. If they only wanted to talk, there was no reason to turn off the lights or move in like that. It didn't make sense. He grabbed his flashlight and started walking down toward his car. The second the people in the truck noticed him coming, when the light hit them, they sped off immediately. That's what made it feel wrong. If their intentions were normal, they wouldn't have taken off like that. They would have just stayed and talked.
Really close to it, though.
Okay, so sorry it's kind of dark, but he sat right there for like 5 minutes. He came like feet away from my car, like right here. And then I shone a light at him and he took off.
We're in the middle of nowhere, like super far from town.
All right, so I was just following his tracks a little bit and he chucked this out the window. I don't know what this guy's deal is, but I might follow him out and make sure he leaves.
Well, he kept shouting like stuff at us too. I don't even know what. We couldn't really understand.
So this guy's coming towards us now. So we're gonna get in the Jeep.
Yeah, they turned back around. They're coming this way. They're coming up around us, like on the other side.
Once we got in the Jeep, we waited for them to come. I wanted to be in my car just in case they came back, so if we needed to, we could leave. And once they saw my car was on and that we were inside, they turned around and left. We sat there for a while and decided to go back to camp and pack up to leave.
I don't feel very good about this.
He keeps trying to circle us.
They flipped around.
Like he's coming at us all angles.
They started packing up, hoping that would be the end of it and that they wouldn't see the truck again. But they were wrong. The truck came back, and this time everything was caught clearly on camera. The people inside actually stopped close enough for them to talk, and a conversation followed.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but they're driving right over to us again. Luckily, Brighton has a pistol, packing our stuff out, and now they're watching us. They can tell us that we're here because our lights are on. Here's the Jeep. Oh, they're coming towards us, Brighton. What? They're coming towards us.
You guys need help or something?
No, we were just wondering what the light was.
Yeah, we just lost.
Yeah, we're just camping.
Oh, okay.
After that, the truck drove around the corner and turned its lights off again. That was enough for the creator and his wife. They immediately got into their car and left. The whole interaction had such a strange vibe. If those people were simply curious about the fire or the lights, why speed off the moment he approached them the first time? And why keep coming back over and over again? It just didn't add up. Personally, I think they were probably drunk. You can kind of hear it in their voices, and the way they were coming up with excuses on the spot didn't sound convincing at all. Maybe they were trying to mess with the couple, or maybe they were waiting for them to fall asleep so they could come back and steal something. That would explain why they kept returning, possibly checking if the coast was clear. Once they realized the couple was fully aware of them, they suddenly needed a reason to justify what they were doing out there. But in reality, we'll never truly know what their intentions were. What do you think was going on? Let me know in the comments. The important thing is that the couple trusted their instincts, left the area, and made it home safely. James is a full-time van lifer who travels wherever his sense of adventure takes him. He often camps in unique spots, explores abandoned places, and visits all kinds of different locations. This time, however, he experienced something he never expected. And what made it even more disturbing was how completely random it was. He had planned to make a video camping overnight at an abandoned row in New Mexico, but things didn't go according to plan once he went to sleep. After exploring the location, he stepped away from it and settled into his truck, where he intended to sleep for the night.
So this is where I will be sleeping tonight. I actually just parked my truck right outside of here. I was gonna see if I could open this garage door and sleep inside the bays, but I can't actually get it open. So I'm out here just kind of chilling. I'll just be chilling in my truck for the night. I'm definitely running out of storage space, so I need to wrap this video up actually if I'm gonna get the whole thing out. So tomorrow I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna end up heading home. So I'm crashing out here. I'll end up heading home, and I have to wrap the video here, guys, just because I don't have the space to keep making a longer video. This one turned out, I was editing right now, and it turned out super long.
But the night wasn't as calm as he had initially anticipated. Disturbingly, in the middle of the night, some people approached his truck and started shooting at it while he was inside.
So a bunch of guys just pulled up and shot my truck with me in it. I was literally sleeping in the back, and they shot it up right there.
Yeah, so that was pretty crazy because these guys pulled up, and you know, I don't know. I think hopefully it was just a bunch of kids or whatever, but you know, even hopefully. But so I'm in the truck, and you know, these guys pulled up, and I heard them pull up,
And I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm at this building because I was staying at that abandoned place. And I'm at this building, and man, it was crazy. They just started shooting at my truck. And I'm in it. So I ducked down. I was like, oh my God. Like, I ducked down. I was like, okay, well, you know, they're shooting at the glass, whatever. And then I heard them take off, and I just got out and, you know, basically got in the front, checked it out, got in the front, and drove off, because I'm not going to stay there tonight. Obviously, not after that. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm going to go down the road or what. I'm pretty far from home. I don't want to have to drive all the way home tonight. But that was pretty crazy. Watch, I'll show you. I mean, I haven't found any rounds yet. They're small. It's a 22 probably, right? Or something. But I haven't seen any rounds in here or anything. My truck's a mess. But yeah, so aside from needing a new window, I'm okay.
In the end, after a bit of investigation, it turned out that the people had been shooting with a pellet gun. While still dangerous, the level of risk depends on the type of gun. Some high-powered air rifles, often used for hunting, can actually be fatal. It's truly disturbing that some people would see a truck near an abandoned location and decide to shoot at it. This is exactly why you should always be careful and stay away from places that seem like good spots to camp just because they're abandoned. These locations are often linked to illegal activities or attract people who shouldn't be around. The takeaway from this encounter is clear. Always be cautious and aware of your surroundings. The good news is that James was unharmed, which is a huge relief. It could have ended very badly. Adam is a creator who dedicates his channel to all of his passions, often posting videos about bushcraft, firearms reviews, and even singing. But his most popular content comes from his wilderness adventures, where he builds shelters and spends the night camping in the wild. In this particular video, however, he ran into a bit of danger while out on a trek through the forest.
Today, we're going to explore some part of the wilderness that I've never explored before. If you guys have watched my channel for any length of time, you know I like, exploring the woods. But last summer, a logging company came in. And they must have got a pretty large wood permit, because they cut about a 15-mile logging trail to do the logging in a part of the woods I've never explored, or I doubt many people have explored, because it's just so inaccessible. So today, we're gonna go out there to that logging trail, and I got the all-wheel drive vehicle. We're gonna go as far down the trail as we can, and then we're gonna go explore the woods.
He eventually arrived at the forest, parked his car, and from there began his hike into the wilderness.
Beautiful country here. So we're gonna keep hiking. Got the map, and we're gonna get the high elevation, because there's a lot of swampy areas here. So we're gonna try to hit high elevation and hike through this as high as we can. So let's get busy. Been going for about an hour now, and getting a little tired. So I think I might take a break, eat a snack, and then head back.
And so he did. He stopped near a fallen tree and lit a small fire to take a closer look at the map he had brought with him. But little did he know, something was watching him from the forest, slowly closing in. This is when things took a scary turn.
Right now, I am over here somewhere. I'm off the map, so I'm gonna have to get back into my this is really hard to see in the camera, guys, but I'm gonna have to get back into my topo map area so I can again use terrain association to get some of these higher spots to come back to where I'm going. I do have a compass, so if worse comes to worse, I'll just head in the direction of that logging road, and we'll take that road. Sorry, battery died there. So I do have another okay, I'm gonna get moving here. All right, so I'm gonna get moving, guys. I'll check in with in a little bit, okay? Mother. Hey, Jesus. Yeah. Go, get it! So, I'm pretty sure I know where I'm at. I got good sun here, so I'm not going back the way I came. I'm going south, and I'll hit the logging trail, and I'm just gonna the logging trail to wherever I parked, which should be, I'm on the trail, it should be east of where I'm at right now. I'm not even gonna try to go back the way I came. Guys, I've never had that happen before. I mean, I saw him, and then he was gone, and I was good to go, and I was kind of backtracking a little bit, but staying quite a distance from the way I came in. And then I had a little fire, and then I heard some shit, so, and, you know, kind of packed up there, and then I thought it was just a wind, so I was just taking my time, and then I turn around and he's there. So we a couple warning shots on that motherfucker, and that did it. I mean, you shouldn't do warning shots on a bear because they get desensitized to it, so you're not supposed to do that. But I've never been stalked or followed before on any hike. I mean, they're the first.
Fortunately, the bear got scared and turned back, running the other way. The encounter was even caught on camera for a few seconds, and from what Adam said, it seemed the bear had been approaching aggressively. He fired some warning shots, which, in some cases, can make a bear more aggressive, but this time it worked and scared it off. This is why it's so important to always have some form of protection with you. You never know if you'll encounter a bear in a bad mood, and being able to defend yourself can make all the difference. During the encounter, he hurt his arm a little, but it wasn't serious. I mean, it could have been much worse if the bear had reached him. He left the area immediately afterward, and this is also a reminder to always pay attention to the sounds around you. Sometimes it's something out there that could be dangerous. While exploring a dense forest, a YouTuber came across something that felt completely out of place. An old landline telephone tucked away between the trees. Curious, he lifted the receiver, and what he heard on the other end created an instant sense of discomfort. The area he was exploring was believed to be connected to Bohemian Grove, a secluded private club that meets annually in the wooded hills of Monterey. Because the gatherings are closed to the public and protected by tight security, the location has long been surrounded by speculation and conspiracy theories. Very little is officially shared about what happens during those meetings. The creator, known online as Dancer, claimed he had managed to access the property on multiple occasions to document what he saw. In his videos, he showed cabins that seemed secured from the outside and spoke about an uneasy feeling that hung over both the buildings and the forest itself. Scattered throughout the area were various unusual constructions, some resembling rustic lodges, others looking more industrial, with no clear explanation for their purpose. However, the most unsettling moment came when he discovered that hidden phone in the woods, its presence alone strange enough. But the sounds coming through the receiver made the experience even more disturbing.
Looks like they're doing construction on the road. Here's an AED. Oh, there's no AED in here. That looks like a poisonous spider. You, dude. Hello? Huh. All right. Phone will ring in hospital and security. Well, I should have read that before I touched it. I might have just blown my cover. I am fucking stupid.
After picking up the phone, he couldn't shake the feeling that he might have triggered some kind of alert and feared that someone could discover him. At the time, no one appeared, and he continued posting videos as usual. But nearly 2 years after uploading that video, something unusual arrived in the mail. A letter addressed specifically to him with a message that was both strange and unsettling.
I did get a letter in the mail from San Francisco, California. Bohemian Club, Weaving Spiders, coming out here, San Francisco. Dear Mr. So-and-so. It's the real mail, guys. It's crazy. It is our information that, in spite of the private nature of the Bohemian Club, you have made unauthorized entries into the Bohemian Grove, and that while you were on the property, you took unauthorized video recordings of the Grove and events happening at the Grove. We also understand that you have posted these unauthorized recordings on various social media sites. The Grove is the private property of the club and is available only to members of the club and invited guests and the club's employees and contracted service providers. No one else is allowed to enter the Grove, and there are many posted signs around the perimeter of the Grove declaring that it is definitely private property and prohibits trespassing. The purpose of this letter is to demand that you terminate immediately the dissemination via social media or otherwise of these unauthorized recordings, and that you cease and desist from any future dissemination or transfer of these unauthorized recordings in any manner.
Although the full contents of the letter were never made public, the consequences were evident. He was reportedly asked to remove all footage related to Bohemian Grove from his channel, though strangely the videos remained online. It's unclear whether he had set them to private and later made them public again, but what happened afterwards suggests that this may have had a real impact on his life. About a week ago, he uploaded a video titled "Thoughts on Suicide," which sparked concern among his community. In the video, he doesn't mention the letter at all. Instead, he discusses his struggles with isolation, neglecting self-care, depression, and other challenges that gradually led him to contemplate suicide. Many viewers speculated in the comments that his struggles might be connected to the night he picked up the mysterious phone and the day he received that unsettling letter, a link that is worrying to consider. While he assures his audience that he's feeling better now, it's impossible to know the full story behind his mental state. All we can do is hope he continues to improve and stays safe. On September 6, 2016, a Reddit user going by the name Chris shared a post that genuinely freaked a lot of people out. It included a video he had recorded earlier that evening around 7:50 p.m. in North Smithfield. Below the post, he added a comment to give some context and ask for an explanation. It read, "I put the kids to bed tonight and heard this loud, really bizarre sound coming from the woods outside my house. It lasted about 15 to 20 minutes. We have a handful of neighbors nearby, but this was too loud to be coming from them. It seemed to be coming from the direction of a nearby AM radio tower. But can those towers make noises like this? I Googled around, but couldn't find anything similar." Soon, the comments filled up with speculation as people tried to figure out what the sound could have been. At one point, someone suggested it might have been the wind and even shared a link to an example with a somewhat similar noise. However, Chris replied that there was barely any wind that night, and even during severe windstorms in the past, he had never heard anything like that. Over the years, the discussion continued. At one point, someone even posted a screenshot from a supposed broadcast engineer attempting to explain a technical reason behind the sound. Still, most people weren't fully convinced and began offering more extreme theories, including aliens and other paranormal explanations. While that may sound exaggerated, some commenters genuinely believed it. Interestingly, no explanation has ever fully satisfied the majority of viewers. To this day, it remains a mystery that people are still trying to solve. So, what do you think it was? This video comes from a 39-year-old woman named Farah Putri Mulyan. She was enjoying a swim at Dialuma Falls and capturing the experience on her GoPro camera for a travel vlog. Everything seemed perfect. It felt so calm, and the place looked like one where nothing could ever happen, deep in the forest on a beautiful day. But that was far from the truth, because in the next moments, something happened that shows you that no matter where you are, something can always go wrong. While she was recording, she started hearing random yelling in the background. When she turned around, she saw this.
After my injury at the sea. Why? Thank you. Sorry, nobody cared. Okay. Oh man. No, he was pulling me down. Oh God.
Thank you. Sorry, the sample is.
Oh God. Yes, I'm good. It's just that he was pulling me down.
A group of friends were in the water, but it seemed that they did not know how to swim. One of them ventured too far, thinking the water would have the same depth. Well, it didn't. He stepped into deep water and started struggling to stay up. For a few moments, his friends thought that he knew what he was doing, but after seeing that he wasn't getting out, they started panicking. Farah didn't even think about it. She acted on instinct and jumped in after him, and you can actually see him trying to grab onto her while struggling underwater. She managed to get him out, and he was almost lifeless. He couldn't even look straight or move while his friends were dragging him out of the water, thanking the woman for saving their friend. This is a reminder. Never go swimming without someone who knows how to swim. If Farah hadn't been there, he likely would have drowned right then and there, while his friends were too afraid of drowning themselves. Farah now wants to use her terrifying experience to push for change, urging authorities to implement safety measures at natural attractions in a bid to avoid similar incidents in the future, saying, "I don't want this to just be another heroic story where people applaud me and that's the end of it. Now everything ended up okay with everyone still being alive, but we really need to appreciate Farah for her quick reaction, and we should all take example from her." Adam from the channel World Proven is a guy who loves exploring the world. He goes to some of the most insane locations, trying to understand their history and showcase it on YouTube. Whether he's exploring abandoned buildings, hiking through forests, or camping in remote places, he's always having a great time while also trying to stay safe. Well, in this particular video, he might have encountered something truly terrifying when he decided to go camping in the Aokigahara forest, widely known as Japan's suicide forest. You guys know that I've covered many videos from this forest where things took a disturbing or scary turn, and that's exactly what happened in this video too.
I took the blue line from my Shinjuku bus. They really drop you in the middle of nowhere. But this is the Aokigahara forest. It drops significantly in temperature though, as soon as you get to Aokigahara. It is like significantly colder than in Tokyo. So yeah, it took about 2.5 hours, so less than 3 to get here. And I can enter the forest at any time, but there's a point I want to enter that's kind of the center of the Aokigahara forest, because it's super easy to get lost in there. Everything I've read online is like you've got to tie things around certain trees, ribbons or something, so that you know where you're going, like so you can return, you can come out. That's one of the problems with the forest, is it kind of sucks people in because it's super dense. Its bedding is volcanic rock that kind of messes with your devices. It shouldn't if I'm holding it though. Apparently my compass still works, but I don't want to get lost. It's a pretty big area.
He hiked for a while, and eventually he couldn't see any trails around him anymore. He set up camp in a fairly remote place where he would have been far away from everything.
So I've walked a kilometer west, a kilometer north, a kilometer east, and a kilometer south. Nothing. No trails, no nothing. So I'm at least a kilometer from everything. I'm about 4 or 5 kilometers from the entrance. I think I'm gonna be here. It's almost 7, so I've been in the forest for about 4 hours now. A few things I've learned. It's very peaceful. It's very quiet. And I don't know if that's the volcanic base or if it's the position of the forest. It's also, I thought it would be beautiful. I love hiking in the woods, and I do find the woods, calming and beautiful. There's something eerie about Aokigahara.
After setting up camp, he wanted to explore the forest for a while, and he stumbled upon something pretty weird, and given the place where he actually was, it quickly became disturbing.
What do we got? I don't know what that is. Hair styling gel. Why the frig is there hair styling gel? Like, what the hell is this doing? A bra. Someone's bra. That's a bra. That's someone's pants. Like, what the F? Alright, that's pretty creepy.
Thinking that those items could have belonged to someone who may no longer be with us is heartbreaking. He was disturbed by what he found and was left with a lot of questions. He retreated back into his tent as night slowly fell, and given how dense the forest is, it would have been very easy to lose his way back. While he was in the tent, thinking about the things he had found, he suddenly heard something outside.
So, this is of course after finding the woman's clothing. I still think it's just a creepy forest, but what I don't get it, and I've been thinking about this. Why would she bring hairspray, a mirror? I mean, these are things that people use to look good, right? Care about your appearance and purse and things. If you're planning on killing yourself, do you need hairspray to make sure your hair looks good if you're planning on killing yourself in a forest? And again, there's no playful light on harming yourself. There's nothing cool or good about that. It's tragic. I'm just thinking. I just heard something.
He got out of the tent, trying to investigate the sound he had just heard, but at first he wasn't even sure if he really heard something. But then, while he was walking through the forest, he heard it again, and this time the camera caught it too, faint.
And I'm gonna turn the light on my phone. And we're gonna go for a walk. Oh. Every time I go north, I get super lost. And there's no reason for it. I do straight lines. But at this time of the night, after seeing a dress and a bra, forget it. I have my limits to what I'm willing to deal with. I don't know what's back. Keep going. Because they're more or less what is that? Sounded like somebody crying. So it's about 10 in Aokigahara forest. I heard somebody sobbing. Definitely, 100%. I was walking and it was a girl sobbing, but it was far away and like echoey. Like it was echoing, like she was in a cave. So I figured I'm not somebody that believes in the supernatural, so I'm just a girl crying. Anyways, I'm listening. I'll probably go out one more time and then get some sleep.
He heard a woman crying, and you can actually hear it too. I'll try to replay the sound again while intensifying it.
What is that?
Now, if you're using headphones, it might be easier to hear it. Look, in any other forest around the world, hearing a woman crying would always be something worrying. You'd probably think she was lost and unable to find her way out. But in this forest, hearing someone crying would likely mean something else entirely. No one can really explain why so many people choose this forest as the place where they end things, but it's extremely sad that it keeps happening. The sounds were distant, and Adam would have risked getting lost if he went too far from the tent, especially without knowing the exact direction they were coming from. We can only hope that whoever it was realized it wasn't worth it and made it out of the forest safely. This forest is also widely known in stories for being associated with spirits, ghosts, and other paranormal things, and many people would say that's what Adam heard that night. And honestly, I'd like to believe that too, because the truth might be much harder to accept. Look, guys, this gives me a chance to talk to you for a moment. If you're going through something, please talk to someone. It doesn't have to be a friend or family member. Just try to reach out for help. Life is worth living, and just because you can't see a reason right now doesn't mean you never will. Everyone has a place in this world, and the world is better with you in it. And on the other hand, always be there for your friends too. Many of them don't show it, but their pain can grow heavier every day they stay silent. Adam actually ended up sleeping through the night and getting out of the forest safely, but it's true that there are people who have walked into it and never walked back out. Stephanie is a girl who doesn't really do social media for fame. She just posts from time to time, sharing her holidays, her lifestyle, and moments from her life. But this video was one of the most uncomfortable ones I've seen, mainly because of how unpredictable it was. She was in Gatlinburg enjoying a ride on an alpine coaster, just having a good time, when all of a sudden she noticed something right in front of her. And the worst part was, she couldn't do anything to stop it. She said she had no control over the speed of the cart and couldn't stop it either. It was like she was just being carried straight into that situation with no way out. So she made the decision to stay completely silent, trying not to startle the bears. And honestly, that's terrifying. Slowly moving towards something that could easily kill you, knowing there's a real chance it could go wrong at any second. That's not something anyone would want to experience. Fortunately, the bears didn't react and eventually went back into the woods. But still, that's the kind of moment that stays with you. I just hope they have some kind of safety measures in place for situations like that, because yeah, something like bear spray wouldn't sound like a bad idea at all.